Okay, sweet. So good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. The second task was doing 20 minutes a day of personal development. So that I gave you a few suggestions. That could be got a mixture of literally anything. It could be doing some chart work. It could be obviously doing your videos. So hopefully, have you all been doing 20 minutes? Just drop a 2 in the chat box if you've managed to squeeze 20 minutes of self-development in. And he's straight in there. He's got a fast finger. Luke again, wicked. Perfect. All right. Now for the newer members, the third thing was to complete the 100 series. So I think the only person that's relevant to on this call is Naylor, and potentially Kev. Kev, I don't actually know where you are with your videos, mate. Whereabouts are you up to? Do you want to? You can either come off mute or just drop it in the chat. One second, guys. Just got Adam trying to get back in. Okay, you're on 100, 110. Okay. Oh, Adam. Okay, wicked. Adam's back. Okay, sweet. Okay, so you can go at your own pace, but try and dedicate like first part of your journey in becoming a professional trader. So that's what this group's all about. It's having you guys funded. So you're gonna have a funded account to be trading. So that could potentially be your profession. Should be your profession. With the amount that we can able to make off the back of these funded accounts. So getting through your education in a good time. I know we're all pressed sometimes, but trying to really dedicate at least half an hour a day to do that is really, really good. So just to let me know where the rest of you are, like Luke, Adam, Eddie. I think Eddie, you're on boot camp, aren't you? So just give me a flavour of where everyone's at with their education, just roughly. And whilst we're waiting for that, I think again the last part of the tasks were going to be the quick start. So Naylor, I think that's only appropriate to you. You've already done the quick start guides. Just let me know if you haven't. So Luke's on 300 series, wicked, video 50. Eddie's on bootcamp video 2. So right, bootcamp is a game changer. It's where stuff starts to get ranked up in difficulty. So so good stuff. So look, just to emphasize the whole point of this group, like imagine if you were going to like office to do this training with us. The whole point is for us to get through the education together, support each other. Anything we find difficult, X, Y, Z, we can go through together. So Adam's on boot camp as well. Brilliant. Right, so we've got some goals. Let's see if I've got any affirmations going on in this room. So any of you doing affirmations every day? And if you are, just drop in the chat, I am, start with that, and let me know what you're affirming to yourself every day. Again, prove to you that I do it myself. Again, it's above my computer. I've got it all written down. You probably can't read that. No. Before I trade, we talked about last time about having a like a trading routine. Oh, Martha's coming in. I do my affirmations before every single time I get on the charts. Without fail, it has to be done. Just quiets my mind. It gets me sorted and ready to look at the charts from a balanced perspective. That is the main idea. Martha, welcome. I hope you're well. Hope you're doing all right. Okay, so anyone got any affirmations? So I am wealthy. I am financially free. This is what you start telling yourself before it actually happens. And that's the whole point of these affirmations, is to raise your belief system, help change your decisions. Luke, Eddie, are you doing this? Kev, do you do this at the moment? Martha, as you just joined, just want to make sure, have you done all your tasks from last week? You just drop a 1 in the chat box if you've done all your tasks. Okay, I haven't got any affirmations. Right, we're going to do some more affirmation work, but not tonight. It is really, really important, guys. Promise you. Promise you. Adam, I'm free from debt. Amazing. Yep. So that's, one target for us to do. My affirmations, I've got about 50, honestly. There's loads of ideas you can get online. If you're struggling to think of things, they can give you some bit of content to add. So what I want to do tonight, mainly, because I'm conscious that there's a mixed bag in the room at the moment. So we've got people on boot camp, people on 100, people on 300. I just want to go through the trading plan. Kev, I love that one. Oh, and Eddie's jumping in. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Yeah, so these things are powerful. Like, tell yourself every single day, like the type of person you are going to become, and it will happen, because you'll make decisions that make it happen. And instead of clicking on Netflix to waste an hour on something, you'll jump in your videos, or you'll do some practice, and that's all just goes towards you becoming financially free. All the things you want, all those things come from it. So amazing. Keep doing that. So right, I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. So any questions as we go through this, just jump in and let me know. Let me just get the chat enabled. See. Okay. So we've got the chat. So right, everyone, hopefully you can see this screen, yeah? So everyone can see this harmonic source. This is what I dropped into the group after our last session. So this is your trading plan. Okay, so it just explains it's a harmonic scanner strategy. Martha's smashed through the 100 series. Good work. Brilliant. So you've done step 1, which was part of our task last week. Martha, have you done your vision board? You've done the quick start. I think we did that together. And you've been doing some personal development. Just let me know. So this is like a step-by-step guide for you learning this strategy. Now I've learned 2 strategies. I've learned multi-fire, which is amazing, and I've learned scanner source. Now scanner source, by far, and this is the strategy you're learning, is by far, by a country mile, the most straightforward strategy of them all. It's very, very, very easy. It's based on indicators, which you'll get there when you get through the education. But honestly, it changed the game for me. Massively, massively powerful. So you're all on the same plan as me. So you literally just follow the steps. So if there's any of you out there that want to just crack on, want to fly through the education, these are based on like every week. So week 1, week 2. So the fact you finished the 100 series after week 1, the guys that, so that's Martha and Naylor, you are on track. So if you're a bit behind this, it's just a rough guide, but this an hour a day will keep you up to date with these steps. So basically, the reason I wanted to go through this is I get questions sometimes like, what do I do next? What do I watch? And obviously I'll make suggestions. But until you've finished all the steps, so up to step 6, well, step 5 really, you basically follow this. So like for example, Naylor, Martha, if you finish all the 200 series, so it tells you where to go and how to get onto the videos, move on to the 300. So Luke, when you finish the 300, you move on to the boot camp video, step 4. Then you go on to the source training on Go Live. So it's really, really straightforward. It just plots your navigation through all the videos. Otherwise, you can be learning forever, learning all different strategies. You know, the whole point of doing this is to get you trading. So you want to master one, then move on to something new. So anyone got any questions about the trading plan? Again, drop it in the chat box, come off mute. Any questions you've got on that before I move on? Okay, right, I'm going to move on. So if you've got questions, Martha, you're lost. Do you want to just come off mute and let me know how I can help you?
Yeah, sorry I'm late. I was just so tired. I fell asleep on the couch and then realized it was past 8.
Oh, bless you.
I just want to know, after watching the videos, because all I did was watch the videos and it seemed to be a lot to take in. So what's the next step before this step 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5?
So you've watched all the 100 series, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, so your next step will be to watch the 200 series. So step 2, you see that?
Yeah.
No, the writing's a bit bright. So yeah, you literally just follow each step. So you watch all the videos in the 200 series, make your notes, go over them if you want to. Then on to 300. And then you come off the Academy section, you go on to Go Live, you watch the boot camp videos with Manny.
So go on to Go Live.
Yeah, so I've sent you this link in the group, but I can send it again. But if I used to just keep that open on my, like, do you know when in Safari, if you've got an iPhone, you can have like pages behind each other.
Yes.
I just had this, I didn't close it, I just had it there, so I knew what I needed to do next. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. The big thing though, and what we're going to touch on next is actually applying it. So what I find really, really helpful is, you know, watching some videos, then trying it myself. I don't know if anyone else benefits from that kind of way of learning either, but really applying it. I don't want you to be scared of the charts. They can look a bit daunting at times. So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to do some real basic sort of chart markups. I'm going to talk to you about something called the top-down analysis, which is what you will cover as you go through the videos. So did that answer your question, Martha? Are you happy with that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I'm just going to pop you back on mute, but feel free to come off if you've got any questions, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Cool. Right, so again, a few of you are in different stages of your education. So what I want to talk to you about is my absolute #1 rule, and I want someone to type this in the chat box. Quickest fingers, I don't know what, but the absolute #1 rule, Manny talks about it all the time. He's always talking about it on his Go Lives. It's not a secret. It's completely, it makes complete sense when we get further down the line. But #1 is you trade with the trend. Someone write that, trade with the trend. If you're making notes, make sure you're writing trade with the trend. Luke, you're on fire. Excellent. Kev, well done. Right, absolutely the most important thing, and I'm gonna show you why. So, how do you identify trends? Is anyone brave enough to go through this chart with the class, or do you want me to do it? Shall I do it? Yeah, I'll do it. Cool. All right. So further down the line, the more sessions we do like this, like imagine we're in a classroom and we've got the charts up in front of us, you know, I would be bringing you on to do little bits yourself so that you can learn as we go, and, you know, don't worry about making mistakes and stuff. I make mistakes still now. So we're going to keep these really interactive in the future. But number one is trading with the trends. So there is a session that talks about trading view. So I'm on trading view right now, and I'm on the currency pair, the British pound and the New Zealand dollar. So GBP, NZD. I call it GN. It's my absolute favorite currency. It's I absolutely love it. So, right, how do we identify what way the market is trending? So what I do, and I learnt this through, again, the videos that Manny does, is I go on the daily, I go, you know, I'll zoom out a little bit so you can scroll and zoom out, or you can use the buttons down here to zoom in, out. So I would get, you know, you can see the timelines on the bottom here. So this is where we are right now. So this is today. And then you've got September, October, November, you know, you've got all the months. So right back here, we're, you know, last year now. So I'm just trying to feel on this time frame what's going on. So to me, my interpretation from March 2020, where this big blue wick is, yeah, the market's been kind of coming down, hasn't it? Yep, so it comes down, pulls back up, comes down, pulls back up a little bit, and carries on down. So there's something called data points within the market. So I'll go a little bit closer to price. So I'm going to come down now to the 4 hour. But when I was practicing this, before it became like ingrained in me, I would literally make notes and put, right, GN daily looks like a downtrend, right? And then I'll jump down to the 4 hour and I'll think, right, what's it telling me on the 4 hour? Okay, so it's a little, there's more bars, so there's more data. So it actually looks like it was uptrending here. So the market was going, where was that? So it was coming up, then coming down, and then coming up. So this is called market structure. Down, coming up, coming down, coming up. As I carry on doing this, bonus points again, what is it called when the market is going sideways? Leave that last one. Anyone got the answer to that? So consolidation. Yep. Nearly there, Adam. But yeah, when the market's going sideways, it's consolidating. All that basically means is that there's indecision in the market. So you've got banks in the market, you've got hedge funds, you've got retail traders, you've got all sorts of people trading. So when there's indecision, the market's just, no one's taking control and it's going to and fro. We want to avoid consolidation whenever we can. So hopefully you can see here, if I use this rectangle, that it's pretty loose, but this area here is kind of just moving within that box, isn't it? It's just going sideways. Okay, so we would be waiting for like an impact out of that box to then consider it, you know, a trending market. So let's just concentrate on, I'm going to do it over, bear with me 1 minute. Also need to just check, we've got our guest speaker coming in a minute. Right, so if I just draw it over here, so it's hopefully a bit clearer. Manny does all this sort of stuff with me as well. Say we've got a market doing this. Then you might get some consolidation. And there it goes up again. Right, this is what's known as market structure. I'm nearly done. Imagine this is the market. So you'll come to this and think, right, what is going on here? So when the market is trending up, so we'll start from left to right, this point here is considered the low. That's the lowest point in the market that we're analysing. This point here is now considered the high. So the market's impulsed up, and before it turns around, that's like a peak, the top of a mountain. So that's what's known as a high. Any questions along the way, guys? Just jump in. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat box, but feel free to mute. The guest speaker is a surprise, which is in our team, and she'll be explaining her experience in the academy quite a while now. So what we do next is we look at this next point in the market. So it goes from low to high. It then starts pulling back. So the price is coming down. And then you see here, it moves up again. So again, for any of you that are further along, I know you probably know what this is, but I want you guys to train your eye always. So when you're looking at a market, you can see if it's making highs, lows, etc., etc. So Adam, yeah, new high, new low, that's it. So this point here is now called a higher low. So this is where the market is now set a new low, which is higher than the previous low. Okay? Call that a higher low. Okay? The market then takes off again, and then it breaks this high. So when it breaks the high, it just means that the price has now gone above where the market was previously high. It's now gone above that market. Yeah, so the price is going up beyond the previous high, which is an indication that the market is still bullish. So bullish is going up, bearish is going down. So this gives us clues very simply just from looking at the highs and lows in the market. We then have new high up here. Now what's known as a higher high. People will say like a higher high, or they'll put a HH, you know, whatever. But it just means that this high is now no longer the highest, because this high, before it turns back round, is now the previous high. The market will repeat this over and over and over again, and then makes another higher low. When it pulls back, it then goes up, breaks the high, and creates a new higher high. Yeah, everyone following that so far? Got some thumbs up going on. All good, all good. So we then come into this area of consolidation. So look, for me, when I see consolidation, especially after, so when it goes up and down, that's what's known as a wave. One wave, two waves, three waves. So when I see consolidation after a few waves, I'm starting to think this market could be running out of steam on its way up, because there's now indecision. Before it was nice and clean, and now there's indecision in the market. So there might be some clues, there might be some like variables that we can test, and you'll get, I don't want to get too complex tonight, but this area here, I'm just going to label it consolidation. And what we're waiting for, we would never want to get into the market when there's indecision. So when you ever see it going sideways, just to reiterate, just leave it alone until it's made a break out of this box. All right, so I've just drawn this box based on the high, the previous high, and the lowest point in the market. Yeah, that gives us like a range. So what we see here is then it breaks the top. So that to me would think, right, this is going to continue going up. And this isn't a guarantee. Remember, this is just analysis. So remember again, last week we talked about the market's not being emotional, but the market does make patterns because we as humans are emotional. So we're just trying to read what other people might be thinking, what they're doing. That's what this is. So the market then makes a higher high again. Yeah. Then actually makes a higher low. So this all this area is consolidation. This would be a higher low here as well. Put that in on this part here. But as you can see, this peak of this mountain didn't go higher than the previous higher high. So I would be very wary in this area of putting a trade on because it hasn't broken the high. So for it to continue as an uptrend, you need to see a higher high. Okay. It then makes a higher low, and then the first sign that the market is going to reverse. All right, this is really important, really important. The first sign that the market could reverse is that this area here, yeah, this one is very important. This peak did not break the previous high before it returned down. So this is what's known as a failed high or a lower high. Failed lower. Okay, it's only a failed high on this first one because it hasn't got above the previous high. So it's come up, it's run out of momentum, run out of power, and it's now falling away. Yeah. The second clue, again, bonus points for anyone out there. What happens here? Can anyone tell me? So use the chat, come off mute. Anyone tell me what happens at this point in the market? So this for me, I would be very interested in this part of the price. Okay, so to explain what's going on here, the principle is the same as we've just been through, but in reverse. So this was the low. Yeah, the market made this low. And look, price has now broken through the same level as the lower low and has set a new low in the market. So we've had a failed high followed by a lower low. Everyone with me? Lower low downtrend. Eddie, it's on the ball. Yeah, exactly. So we've got the lower low. And then the market pulls back up. The market won't just make moves in one straight line all the way down. That'd be too easy to read. You know, it's constantly reacting to news, economic climates, anything. You know, the banks just want to get in and make a quick buck. So the markets fluctuate literally constantly. So this is kind of, we're just trying to read the way the market moves in this scenario. So we get a lower low. So that for me is the first sign that the market, or the second sign, because you've got the failed high and then a lower low. That I'm golden. I'm like, right, I'm waiting for the pullback, a new high, and then we're going to sell off this high. So I'll be either tracking this market and either trying to buy in these uptrends or waiting for it to reverse and then move in for the sell. So remember, we can trade when price is going up, that's called a buy, and we can trade when price is going down, that's called a sell. The number one rule in here as well, just in case one missed. Rule one is okay. Rule number two. So again, if you're note taking, feel free to put notes. Rule number two, again, Manny talks about it all the time. We want to be buying low, selling. Why is that important? So we don't want to be buying at this point in the market when it's already set, it's already past the high. That's considered the middle of the move. Yeah. We don't want to be buying really at this point. We want to be buying down here. So we've got the market pulls back to an area, gives us confirmations using our strategy, and then it pushes up. So we want to be buying from this low point. We don't want to be buying up here because we don't know when it's going to finish. So there's different ways you'll learn about targets and areas to sort of focus on. But you don't want to be buying above, really above the previous high. Of course you can when you're more advanced. I mean, just when we're selling, so do you remember I said I wanted to sell at this point? So what's happened over here is we've got a failed high, a new lower low, and then the market is setting what's known as a lower high. Yeah, this high is lower than the previous high. So we had a high here, one failed, now we've got a lower high. Everyone see that? What then happens is the market pushes down, it goes lower than the previous low and sets a new low. Yeah, this is very, very straightforward. Once you practice this and you've used the charts and you're drawing this up yourself, you get these high lows, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. It just repeats over and over and over again. And we want to be selling when the market is high, and we'll be buying when the market is low. All right, everyone got that? Any questions? Feel free to jump in. All right, hopefully you can all see that. That all kind of makes sense. I'll jump to another example where I haven't drawn it up. Okay. So look, I've just clicked on a new currency, and look, you can see that I've drawn the swing. These are called swing points. We've got swing points: low, high, failed high. This is the live market, right? Literally just what we've seen on GN. Right, so look, on GN, I was showing you failed high, yeah. Back over here, we had a failed high. So low, high, low. It didn't go above the high and then goes down. All right, so I'm going to try and show you some more live examples, and we're going to drop in a minute. Look at that move. Ooh, that's the bank. Big impulse. So let me come back. Trending market. All right, this will do. Okay, so you've got the market over here, high. It comes down. This part here does not go above the previous high. One sec, I've just got my 1 minute, 1 minute. All right, so right, let's go through this, and then what we'll do is we'll move on to any, and then we're going to hear from a very, very special guest. You can see here the market is high. Comes down to a low. Price then moves off the low. Right, this point in the market does not break the high. So it's kind of scrappy, really made. It's just gone the sideways. But for argument's sake, let's call that lower high. Then the market makes a big, big push. We've got a big push down to this level where it starts pulling back up. All right, everyone see that? So very, very similar stuff to what we saw before. This is what you call a lower low. All right, I'm not going to do all the way through because you'll be hopefully hang on now. But look, you can see the waves. It goes up. Do this though for it. So from here it goes up. Yeah, that's where it starts to reverse. Comes down. So comes up, doesn't break the high, so we're still in downtrend. Although this low did not break the previous low, so we've got a bit of consolidation going on here. Again, stay out of consolidation. You don't want to be in that market. Lots of consolidation. And then what do we get? So look, we've got so consolidation pretty much from here to here. And the market breaks that range of price on the downside and then sets a new low. Yeah, can everyone see that? This is the live market. This is the live chart. Love it. Again, Manny does a lot of this in a lot of his videos. So he'll be talking about structure, talking about rules of engagement, all this to come, talking about all sorts of wonderful things that we're going to come to learn. It's like a new language, but just bear with it, all right? It's language you want to know. So it breaks out the bottom, sets a new low, pulls back, kind of equal low. Again, sort of consolidating a bit again. And then the market makes a big move down. Yeah, so we're still trending down. All right, someone's just come in. T, can you just make yourself known? Is that you, Tam? Are you on 2 devices? Okay, well, I'm going to continue. Cool. Right, so we've got this in the live market. We've got the high lows, the consolidation, the low being created, the impulse down. At this point again here, we have got more consolidation, I believe. Let me just scroll over. Yeah, so it sort of makes a wave up, breaks the low, and then it kind of sets an equal high. Doesn't really know what it's doing here, then comes back. Doesn't set a new low before coming back to make a new high. Remember we talked about that being a one key sort of clue that the market could reverse. So failed low on a downtrend, new high on a downtrend, market consolidation, so indecision, sets a new higher low. You see that? The market's coming up and then boom, takes off again. So this is just market structure, the waves of the market. It repeats over and over again. We've got a failed high again here, so get real close. So we've got the high being made, so that this part is bigger than this part. It comes down, it then sets a new low. This high doesn't get above it, and then it creates a new low. So it's starting to, you know, where are we going? Are we now in a downtrend? We were in an uptrend. So hopefully that will just give you a bit more insight about reading the market. Right, I just want to make sure everyone's, they are. I just saw Adam, and then go back in. So Martha, that's a good question. So like when do you trade the trend? So when you're looking to buy or sell, remember on this example, we are looking to buy and sell. Buy when the market's low. Sell when the market is high. I wouldn't worry too much yet. I would just try and get used to drawing swing points. So where the market's gone high, consolidated, gone high, gone low. I'll just try and get your eye familiar with that because you're in the 100 series, you've just finished. So still very, very early on. A lot of structure is covered in everything going forward. So your strategy is going to help you pick when to buy and when to sell. All right, so your strategy is going to tell you, are we buying or selling? So what we're learning right now, what we're capping over here, is just very, very sort of basic market structure. So for some of you, this might be a little bit overwhelming because you're only a week in. Some of you have been in for a few more weeks. This may be more normal for you, but I promise you, it's just like anything. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. And when I got to boot camp, step 4 in the strategy, but I do say this a lot because I remember the feeling. I really wanted to trade, I really wanted to learn, but it wasn't going in. It really wasn't. There was things that I was, you know, just hoping and praying for would make sense to me at one point. And videos again, I practiced on the charts. So I would spend an hour a night just drawing up, you know, trends, then looking at market patterns, then looking at fibs. You know, you got all this coming down the line. So all this is trends. We haven't done support and resistance. We can do that another day. Fairly straightforward waves of price in the market. So guys, I hope you found that really helpful. I really want to make sure that we're being really practical during these sessions. Like I say, in future, you're not all going to get away with it and watch me every time. I'm going to put you to the test. The only reason I want to do that is to skill you up quickly. So, you know, just be prepared for that. The idea is for us to learn together so that we can progress through these groups, get out of the education group and get into the practice group, where you'll be looking to go for your demo test, your funded account. So we've got our guest speaker on, and she's there. To introduce this person, okay, I've known this person for over 10 years, and well, no, a lot longer. We haven't spoken for 10 years, and as you all know, I post about trading on social media, and she reached out to me and was like, "Hey, Chris, what are you on about? What's all this?" And I had no idea that within those 10 years that we've not really spoken, because, you know, whatever, go on and get busy. She's become like an economics lecturer. She's got her online tutoring forum. You know, she's a teacher. So I'm thinking, oh my goodness, like this person, if the education's not good, it's going to rinse me, absolutely, you know, tear it apart. And she's not only come in with the best attitude and mindset I've seen from pretty much anyone, you know, the determination is to, you know, make sure that she's trying every day to learn, you know, making sure that when things are tough, she goes back over stuff. We've done private sessions, like where we just looked at one particular area. And the first few weeks, like for you guys, you know, we were talking pretty much every day. And there was this moment where it all clicked, and she's self-sufficient. She's now learned other stuff. She's, you know, learning more and more about the market, some stuff I haven't even touched yet. And she's just been an absolute godsend to me, because she helped me realize that I've learned so much. Like when she was asking me for help, you know, I didn't realize how much I'd learned, and it was absolutely amazing. So we're just going to hear from a very special lady in our team. Tamra, are you there? Tamra?
Hi, Chris. Can you hear me?
Ah, we got you. Can hear you now.
Hello. Hello. Sorry. Yeah. Can you guys see me, or are you all right just with voice?
I can't see you actually. Voice is fine. It's all right. We're good.
Okay. Cool. Thank you so much for the introduction. I appreciate it. So apologies, I'm in my car. I'm doing the charity steps that you are doing for mental health, something that's really important to me. So I've just been out for 2.5 hours getting my steps in. So apologies for my location. But I don't want to take up too much of your time, guys. I know if you're anything like me, when you're starting off, you're super excited, you're raring to go, you are so keen and eager to just really get all over it. So I know Chris is going to take you through everything step by step and give you really good guidance. But I'm just going to give you my kind of 2 pence worth. So as Chris said, first of all, just a little bit about me. I, got a degree in economics and business. I've got my master's, which I did in Southampton Uni. I'm an economics lecturer in London, so I live up in Surrey at the moment. And I'm basically on a trajectory to be a head teacher. So I'm on a headship course. So the only reason I tell you that is just because you'd think that with my degree and my master's and working in education and whatnot, that, I should have some level of academia and intellect. And let me just tell you that trading is no easier for me than anybody else. So I think the first thing that I've kind of got 3 key things I want to get across, and the first number 1 crunch is just patience and really giving yourself time. So as good as I am at doing dissertations and uni work and teaching people to get into top universities like London School of Economics every day, it's all the same when it comes to the chart. Everybody starts off at the same place, which is having usually no idea, and everything can be a challenge. And it's really just about patience. So that very first nugget that I wish someone had just kind of said, Tamra, relax, chill out, have patience, calm down. Honestly, when you really think about it, it took me 4 years to get my degree and then a year to get my master's. And so that's 5 years of studying, and I'm still not a head teacher. I've still got a very long way to go in my professional career. So why we think that we're going to come in and start trading and know everything in a month or 2 months or 3 months, it's beyond me. So I was exactly the same in terms of just being really keen and really hungry to learn and wanting to see results. But
Tamra, I think you're frozen. Let's see if we can get it back.
I have students doing 2 years A-levels with me, and if they gave up in that first week of A-level economics class, that would be it. No chance of uni, no chance of anything else. To take time and things to have to be revisited and questions be constantly asked. So give yourself a break and just be patient is my number 1 first thing to really take on board. And when I look back now and think that I've been in the academy less than 6 months and that I can trade independently every day and that I'm now learning a new strategy, which I absolutely love, and an institutional strategy, and how much information I've learned, I'm like, wow, why was I so rushing myself after a month or 2 months? So just give yourself a break. The second thing that I found really helpful and really useful is accountability. Okay, there is not going to be any results if you don't do what you need to do. So Chris is amazing and he's so helpful and he will be there for you every step of the way. But at the end of the day, you know, Chris is not the top educator. He is there as a guide and a mentor and a support. You have to do the work. You have to hold yourself accountable. And I literally have a Monday to Friday log of what am I going to do? What go lives am I going to plug into? What educators am I following? What charts am I looking at? Even if I don't quite get everything, I go to the Forex basics at the beginning and just look at basic stuff like resistance and trend lines and structure. I can't tell you how much I hounded Chris about Fibonacci. This was one area where
Did you say fibs?
every single day I was like, so sorry, does it go up? Does it go down? Where do I start it from? How do I do it for the stop loss? How do I do it for the entry point? And Chris is great. You're really, really lucky because he's very patient. I've chosen not to build a team yet because I don't think I've quite got the patience for others just yet, whilst I'm still very much developing myself. But you struggle with, and go away and use all the resources, because for very little money you are getting so much in the academy. Honestly, when I left university and wanted to be an investment banker, they wanted to charge me thousands and thousands of pounds for training. And we actually have one of the guys, one of my friends that's joined, Phil, who did pay £10,000 to learn to trade. And that's kind of normal. You know, I paid 50 grand for my education for degree and masters. So you're getting so much for your money. Make sure that you're tapping into it. You make sure that you're using it. All of those go live sessions, that is literally education, money, guidance, mentorship. All of the videos on there are so many. Write yourself a really clear plan, a really So really just hold yourself accountable is what has helped me. Say, no, Tamra, you're going to get up at that time. You're going to watch that go live session. You're going to watch these 2 videos every single week consistently until it clicks. And it will. So my first thing is patience. My second thing is really being accountable, having a good process, making sure that you know what you're going to be looking at each week, and using the academy. So many people do not tap into the live educators. You can see all of them on Instagram. You can see all of them on Facebook. You know, there's no way you can get up every day in your condo in California and you're filming fake or anything like this. They are very successful people. They know what they're doing. They've got a lot of information, and the academy is paying them to help you. So make sure that you utilize it. Do not misuse what you're paying for. Make sure that you really plug in, guys. But the last thing that I will tell you, and is really the number one nugget that has helped me get to where I am and be more successful and overcome the challenges that you will face, is mindset. And Chris will talk about it all the time. Mindset, mindset, mindset. You think when you start off that it's all about technical trading, but you can be the best technical trader and sleep when the charts are open, when the markets are open, when there's volatility, when there's opportunity. You know, so you need to make sure that your mindset is positive, and that when you hit these challenges, you have got the right mindset to overcome them, because there will be challenges. an opportunity, but make sure that you are doing personal development weekly. So I'm constantly reading books, whether it is Napoleon Hill, How to Think and Grow Rich, or Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. Every single week, I am committed to at least half an hour a day of reading a book, or in the morning before I start trading, watching a 10-minute motivational video. TV and sit on the sofa and watch TV like almost everybody else. So make sure that you are not like everybody else, and that your mindset is better, and you're feeding your mindset positive thoughts, motivational thoughts, to stay focused on what you want to achieve. Okay, so mindset to me is absolutely everything. And I think the best thing that I took from some of the mindset training was just thinking about a child when they're learning to walk. You know, if they gave up because the first time they tried, it didn't work, we'd never be walking. So, you know, we've got to make sure that we just have the right mindset to keep trying again and again and again and again. And I can 100% relate, guys, to how you might be listening, what the blazes is he on about? The highs, lows, trends, supports, resistance, consolidation. I'm not exactly sure where you are in your journey, but I know that and you're just like, excuse me, they are talking Swahili. I have no idea what they're on about. Okay. And that is perfectly normal. Let me just tell you that I can trade independently now every morning and confidently use my Fibonacci and confidently do my stop losses and my entry points. But it was not always like that. So really make sure that you are remembering this one key thing. The only way you are going to fail at this is if you quit. You're only going to fail at becoming a decent trader if you decide to quit on yourself. Either not doing the work you need to do, not getting up when the market time to trade is happening, not listening to Chris and the guidance he's given you, not plugging into the educators. The only way you're going to fail is if you quit and you just give up. All right, just keep going, keep focused. Remember why you started, whatever your reason is. For me, I want the freedom just to be able to start a family, work from my laptop, give up teaching when I'm ready to give up teaching, if I want to, travel the world with my laptop and know that I might not be a millionaire, but I've got a consistent income stream that just requires myself, my laptop and my brain. And all I have to do is pay like, what, 100 quid a month or something and actually learn. To me, that is just amazing. It's such a good opportunity. Property that I'm really interested in is costing me thousands and thousands in just solicitors and surveys and paying the estate agents. So this is a really, really great opportunity, and just make sure that you make the most of it. Okay, so be kind to yourself, be patient, set realistic goals. You're not going to be earning 6 figures next month. You're not going to be earning 6 figures by Christmas. Okay, it takes time. Otherwise, everyone would do this. Hold yourself accountable and do the work, guys. Okay, and make sure, most of you will go mindset reading what you're on about. That's what will happen. Only some of you listening will really actually go, do you know what? If someone's 6 months ahead of me and they're saying they're doing quite well and this is what helped them, I'm going to do it too. Make sure you listen to the right people. I have so many friends that earn half my salary, are in a much, not a great position that I'd ever want to be in, but they want to tell me everything about trading and life and financial management. Make sure if you are taking advice on board from somebody that they are doing better than you, that they are ahead of you, and they are where you want to be. Otherwise, scrap it, block it out, protect your mind, keep positive, keep focused, and remember that the only way you're actually going to fail is if you quit. Okay, so I'm going to stop rambling on because Chris knows I get really passionate about helping people and empowering people and encouraging people. It's why I become a teacher. It's why my dream is to have my own trading academy and teach young people how to trade rather than go to uni and pay 60 grand and get in debt. So I'll shut up. And
Whoa.
I don't know if anyone's got any questions, anything like that. Feel free to blast them at me before I shoot.
I just want to say that was incredible. So I miss our daily chats, to be honest. So call me sometime. But
I'll stop bugging you.
I don't watch Go Live as much as I used to. So I've just written down Go Live. So amazing. You're a legend. So guys, if any of you have taken any notes down, you know, that she said a lot of things that I've said about mindset, like it honestly makes a massive difference. Just show some love, some respect for Tamra. She's taken some time out of her night just to pour into you guys. So drop some numbers, drop some fire, drop whatever you want in the chat. Just make her know that you appreciate it. Luke's already jumped in there. He's a good man. Kev's giving you the claps. Good stuff. So Tam, you're a legend. Keep it going. You've done amazing, honestly.
No problem. Thank you, Chris, for everything. I couldn't have done it without you putting up with me at the start, putting up with my moaning and my ranting. I used to call you every single day, sometimes 5 times a day. And you know, I'm up and running and independent, and it's all thanks to you just really reaching out and supporting me. So thank you. And I really hope you guys do really, really well. And I really hope you just listen and take on board all the feedback from everyone around you, because you're in a really good place. Block out the haters and stay focused and succeed. You are a legend. So guys, I don't want to take up any more of your time. Tamra, thank you so much for coming on tonight. So guys, feel free to jump off. I'm going to too, and at the same time next week. And who knows, I might get Tamra back. See you later. All right, everyone. Take care. Thanks, Tam. See you guys. Bye, guys. See you later. Oh, quickly, for the guys that are still on, I'm going to drop a message in the group just to give you guys your task for the week. Not going to be too difficult. And I'll see you all next week. Enjoy yourself. Stay safe out there.
Thanks, Chris.
You're welcome, Martha. Take care.
Bye.
See ya.